The US and China are engaged in high stakes battle for technological dominance, and the US is starting to lose, Michael Snyder reports. At this moment, we're witnessing an epic struggle for dominance between the United States and China. A technological arms race is raging, and the Chinese are beginning to pull ahead. I realize that this may be difficult for many of you to believe, but if you don't doubt what I'm saying, just read all the way to the end. A decade ago, the US was clearly leading, but over the past decade, there has been a dramatic shift. Needless to say, if the Chinese are able to continue to race ahead of us, that is going to have enormous implications for the entire planet. This week, everyone is talking about DeepSeek. According to Kevin O'Leary, the new AI tool that they have come up with rivals the best that US firms have to offer, and they have created it at a fraction of the cost. The artificial intelligence wars have begun. China fired the first shot. On Monday, $1 trillion in stock market value was wiped off the books of American tech companies after Chinese startup DeepSeek created an AI tool that rivals the best that US firms have to offer, and at a fraction of the cost. The Chinese AI tool has caused a wave of sheer panic on Wall Street. It took billions of dollars to train and develop OpenAI, but apparently it only took millions of dollars to train and develop DeepSeek's model. DeepSeek claims its engineers trained their AI model with $6 million worth of computer chips, while leading AI competitor OpenAI spent an estimated $3 billion training and developing its models in 2024 alone. On Monday, it surpassed OpenAI ChatGPT and became the #1 download in the App Store on Apple. And what the Chinese have just accomplished is nothing short of breathtaking. Mark Andreessen is referring to it as AI's Sputnik moment. It was nothing short of AI's Sputnik moment, according to Mark Andreessen, one of the foremost tech investors in the world, a reference to October 4, 1957, the day the Soviet Union beat the United States to launch the first satellite into space. Of course, this was just the beginning. On Wednesday, another Chinese tech giant, Alibaba, unveiled an AI model that it claims is even better than DeepSeek has really released. The US is quickly falling behind, and that may be why President Trump just initiated the Stargate project, which will result in $500 billion being invested in AI development in the United States by the end of this decade. Unfortunately, it is not just in the field of artificial intelligence that we are falling behind. According to a shocking new study that was released recently, China dominates the US in 57 of 64 critical technologies, up from just 3 in 2007. A comprehensive 20-year study released by the Australian Strategy Policy Institute in 2024 calculated that China dominates the US in 57 of 64 critical technologies, up from just 3 in 2007. The US, which led in a whopping 60 sectors in 2007, now leads in just 7. ASPI bases rankings on cumulative innovation and high-impact research published and patented by national universities, labs, companies, and state agencies. Let that sink in for a moment. We were way ahead of China in 2007, but now they are way ahead of us. In other words, in this epic battle for technological dominance, we are getting kicked around pretty good. Just look at what's happening in the race for unlimited clean energy. China's experimental advanced superconducting tokamak East for short, also known as the artificial sun, has set a new record, a world record, by sustaining high confinement plasma for an impressive 1,066 seconds. This achievement, reached January 20th, marks a major step forward in the quest to develop fusion power as clean and limitless energy source. The 1066-second milestone represents a significant leap in fusion research. It was accomplished by the Institute of Plasma Physics, ASIPP, at the Hefei Institute in Physical Science, part of China's Academy of Sciences, and this new record greatly exceeds the previous world record of 403 seconds, also set by East in 2023. The Chinese hope to develop a limited energy source by replicating the nuclear fusion process that occurs on our sun. If they're able to achieve this, the balance of power in the world will experience a seismic shift. And right now we are hopelessly behind the Chinese in this area. China is also way ahead of us when it comes to drone technology. When I asked Google AI about it, I received this response. Yes, according to current information, China is considered the leader in drone technology, primarily due to the dominance of DJI, a Chinese company that holds a significant share of the global consumer drone market, making them the leading producer and seller of civilian drones worldwide. DJI is an absolute powerhouse, and according to MIT's Technology Review, DJI now has more than a 90% share of the global consumer market. Whether you've flown a drone before or not, you've probably heard of DJI, or at least seen its logo. With more than a 90% share of the global consumer market, this Shenzhen-based company's drones are used by hobbyists and businesses alike for photography and surveillance, as well as for spraying pesticides, moving parcels, and many other purposes around the world. As far as drone technology is concerned, it has been estimated that China is 10 years ahead of the United States. Of course, it does not take a genius to figure out how this happened. While our young people were spending countless hours goofing around on social media, youth in China are being relentlessly drilled in math, science, and engineering. Our system of education has been a disaster for decades, and now it's catching up with us in a major way. Needless to say, if the Chinese continue to race ahead of us, they will be on course to achieve their goal of becoming the primary superpower in the world. The stakes are incredibly high, and this battle for technological dominance is one that we cannot afford to lose. And this is by Michael Snyder on End of the American Dream. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. This is by Michael Snyder and about the author. Michael Snyder's new book entitled Why is available on paperback and for Kindle on Amazon. He's also written 8 other books that are available on Amazon, including Chaos, End Times, 70 Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and A Living Life That Really Matters. When you purchase any of Michael's books, you help to support the work that he's doing. You can also get his articles by email as soon as he publishes them by subscribing to his Substack newsletter. Michael has published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and the Most Important News, and he's always freely and happily allowed others to republish those articles on their own websites. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, we strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.